The story begins with a boy named Ling, who was a game developer specializing in fighting games. He always made them talk about the difference between light and darkness, with the hero being Nice, who is a true champion. They created games with him as the main character, the last-minute savior, and the fighter of evil, adored by the people and having many fans. Ling would present the game to his manager before selling it in the market to his clients. However, the manager told Ling to stop and asked him if he knew who would buy the game. Ling replied that he thought the buyer would be the hero, Nice. The manager responded that there are many heroes, but only one true hero, which is Nice. They needed to increase his fame and put the spotlight on him. Ling argued that they had learned to go with trends, and that competition for the #1 hero returns this year. Thus, the tagline should be Hero X, which looks like the letter X but has a hidden meaning that anyone can become a hero. The manager became very angry at Ling's words and questioned if Ling thought he was a real hero just by looking at himself. He told Ling that he acts like a loser without any noble traits or abilities, emphasizing that he is an ordinary person, even less than ordinary, stating that the way to success in his life is just hard work. He told Ling to start over. After that, the manager received a phone call from someone named G, who works at Tremin Company. He answered but was surprised when she informed him that she had received the new programming for Nice. The manager doubted it was a mistake, but the call didn't last long. Ling then told the manager that he sent the proposal to the customer, Mshis, based on the manager's instructions. The manager angrily replied, "You're fired." Ling went up to the company roof, telling himself that he expected this. This world gave some people chances to become heroes, but not just any regular person could earn the love of the masses. Suddenly, Moon, Nice's girlfriend, appeared in front of him. Ling was also a fan of hers, but he thought Moon was talking to him, encouraging him not to lose hope, and that he had many chances to achieve his dreams, advising him to keep his confidence. However, it turned out that it was just an advertisement video he produced last month. After that, another recorded video of Nice appeared behind him, advertising Tremin Company. Angry, Ling looked at Nice in the ad and told him to stop. He said that one day, he would be old and would be replaced by someone else. Suddenly, the real Nice appeared and approached him, performing his famous move before jumping off the building, leaving Ling astonished by what had happened. Afterward, Ji arrived with her bodyguards and asked Ling where Nice was. He told her Nice jumped from here, and when they realized he jumped from the top of the building, Ling said he jumped on his own. Ji then ordered her guards to take Ling into custody. We transition to an abandoned location where Ling is kidnapped. When he woke up, Ji approached him and requested her guards to lift Ling. Ling told her that he was the one sending advertisements for the hero Ling. Ji responded that she didn't care who he was and told him to tell her everything he saw or heard. Ling mentions that Nice passed by him and jumped directly without saying a word, only striking his signature pose. After that, Ji got a call from her manager, Mr. Chand, saying the news was good. However, Ling shouted loudly that Nice was dead, but the guards covered his mouth to keep him quiet. Ling tried to escape from the guards, but Ji threw a paint can at him, knocking him down, and the guards managed to catch him again. Afterward, Ji approached Ling and told him that Nice was dead, but their minds were alive, and they had to come up with a plan to solve this problem. She mentioned that Ling resembled Nice a lot. They then moved to Nice's car, and they transformed Ling to look just like Nice. Ji started giving him some tips, so he could act like Nice in front of the crowd, asking him to repeat Nice's phrases and to show excessive confidence. A week later, she informed him that the person who jumped from the top of the building was Ling, due to the pressure from the manager at work, leading to his suicide. Ling was very surprised, saying it was impossible, as he didn't do that. She noted that the news articles didn't care if Ling was dead or alive, but only cared about Nice's existence. Ji then revealed to him the crowd waiting for Nice. Ling expressed that he wasn't ready for that, and signs of anxiety appeared on his face. However, they directed him among the crowd and fans, and they took him to the training space so he could gain full strength like Nice. Ji told him that when people tell you that you are Nice, you are him, and she would boost his confidence as well, and there would be physical changes in his body because of this confidence. After that, he changed back to his own private car and was surprised by the change in his eye color to Nice's, but Ji warned him not to celebrate yet because building confidence takes a lot of effort, while destroying it takes just a moment, and she reminded him that he hadn't seen his girlfriend until now. We pivot to Moon, who was among the fans. A journalist asked her if she had met Nice during the past period. Moon said she hadn't seen him in a week, and this was the first time after such a long absence. Soon after, Nice's car arrived. Ling hesitated to get out since Moon could recognize him since he wasn't the real Nice, but Ji told Nice that Moon was Nice's girlfriend and that he was Nice now, although he wasn't convinced by her words. One of the guards asked Ling if he was excited excited or nervous. Ling replied that he liked Moon, but as a fan, not as Nice loved her. Ji urged Ling to act like a man, pushing him out of the car. When he got out, he mimicked Nice's gesture, extended his hands to Moon, and said he hadn't seen her in a while. Moon accepted Ling's hand too. They then moved inside the studio, where the host introduced the live broadcast and introduced himself as Munir, the substitute for the original host. Ji asked why the original host was replaced. One of the guards said that Munir discovered the original host was a fraud and that he had already left. Ji wondered why she wasn't informed. Ling noted that this script didn't match what Ji had previously told him. He questioned whether he had come here specifically to expose him and if he had truly noticed that he wasn't Nice. Munir welcomed both Moon and Ling, telling them this episode was titled The Recipe for True Love, which is the name behind every romantic love story, consisting of hidden tales unknown to strangers. Ji insisted they contact production and ask them to stop the broadcast. Munir then said, "Now we will discover how much you love each other," and asked Ling how many commercials Moon had produced and the total airtime. Moon thought to herself that she really didn't know the answer to this question. Ji got extremely angry at the kind of questions Munir was asking. Munir said to Ling that he knew he wouldn't forget these little details. Ling replied that the total number of these commercials was 134, with a total airtime of 285 minutes and 48 seconds, leaving Ji very astonished. Munir wondered how Ling could respond to his questions so easily. Moon asked Ling if he really remembered all of that. He confirmed, recalling when he produced Moon's commercials and presented them to his boss, but his boss would also scold him for comparing himself to Nice. Later, Munir pulled out a lie detector device and said they would play a game of truth or dare, stating that honesty is essential to maintain a relationship. He then asked Ling if Moon was really his girlfriend. Munir thought to himself that he believed Ling was deceiving him, and if he said yes, it would reveal his lies to the people. Ling thought to himself that Munir might have discovered his secret and intended to expose him. He recognized that if he replied affirmatively, it would unveil his deception, which meant he would undergo questioning if he didn't confirm the relationship. In either case, his true identity would be revealed. Munir told Ling that the answer couldn't wait any longer. Ling declared that Moon was not his girlfriend, which brought great joy to Munir's face. Ling added that she was his esteemed role model and reminded him when he used to produce advertisements for her, which excited him very much, leading to his success at work through her encouragement. This response created a huge reaction from the audience during the live broadcast. Munir broke his cup and said to Ling, "Don't get too happy. You still have a stage to get through." After that, the manager appeared to them, dressed in a new outfit. Munir explained that he was a business owner before, but now he has been cornered like a trapped beast, all because of you, Nice. Munir told him that your business persona is entirely the result of his team's advertising, but you drove him to bankruptcy and caused the suicide of a hardworking young man named Ling. The manager asked Ling, "What will you pay me for the rest of my money?" This angered Ji, who said they had terminated the contract with him. The manager replied that you have cost me a lot of money throughout my life with your constant reviews and changes, and yet you tell me you would pay an additional amount but never did. Munir said to Nice, "You are exploiting others, you and those with you, for fame and profit." But the manager then struck Munir to keep him out of the way and attacked Ling, thinking he was Nice, and tried to hit him, but Ling dodged the blow and saved Mon at the same time. However, the manager landed several more blows on Ling, who avoided all of them and then struck back, pushing the manager away. One of the guards told Ji that Ling managed to surpass Nice's strength, which made Ji very happy. The manager told Ling that he had reduced staffing and cut wages, and while he had no issue with that, the company shouldn't be stopped from operating because this is my profession and all I have. He then attacked him very quickly, but Ling hit him back, knocking him to the ground. Ling said, "You need to calm down." The manager retorted, "You don't know what I'm going through and the refusals of projects and clients not paying me." He told him he had fired everyone but gained new strength from the fear of the remaining employees, a power I've never had before. Then he saw light before him, which shifted the actual control over the devastating power of fear. After that, he manifested fear in the form of envelopes and threw them at everyone in the studio, leading to the deaths of many, but Mon dodged them, and Ling saved her as well. He said to her, "We need to destroy him before his power grows anymore." Ling attacked him and threw a punch, but it didn't affect the manager. He hit back harder, but that also had no effect. The manager then struck at Ling, but Ling dodged all the blows, and when he was avoiding them while mid-air, the manager launched a fiery strike that injured him. Ling thought to himself, "Why can't I defeat him?" He remembered when the manager scolded him, saying that he had none of the traits of strong men and would remain just an ordinary worker without strength. He also recalled Mon's words that motivated him and stepped out of the place of fear. As the manager prepared to hit him again, Ling was ready for him too. The manager launched an attack on Ling, but he blocked it and then attacked the manager, delivering throwing a strong blow that completely incapacitated him. After that, the manager was taken into custody by justice. The scene shifted to Ji and Ling in the car. Ji said to Ling, "I didn't expect your popularity to rise after this incident." Ling replied, "I thought I would just impersonate niece, but then I realized in that moment that you were right." He told himself, "I am nice now." Ji then told Ling, "Now I can send you to the Hero Tower." They went to Nice's house, and Ji told Ling that this tower rises in rank as your strength increases. Ling asked Ji, "Why did Nice commit suicide?" She replied, "It was his choice, and one day you will also have to make the same choice." After that, they went to Nice's house. Ling changed his clothes and moved to his bed to sleep. He discovered that Mon was beside him and tried to go to another place to sleep so as not to worry her, but was shocked to find she had been killed. The King of Destruction, who is my arch-nemesis, Naze, was watching the news and felt intense anger about it. Mun is a girl who loves life, travels a lot, and explores the world. Because of that, her follower count increased, and she also gained the power of instant transportation, becoming a famous hero. One time, when Mun was attacked by one of her enemies, Naze came to save her, and from that moment, they became the most perfect couple in the hearts of many people. After that, at Naze's house, where he woke up from a dream about Mun's death. When he woke up, he went to Mun's bed and said he thought it was just a dream. Later, he saw Mun exercising and tried to greet her but couldn't. They then moved on to eat, and Mun told him to stop pretending because he wasn't Naze. She asked Ling, "Where is Naze?" Ling told her he was dead, which made Mun angry, and she called Ji, asking why she hadn't told her that he was dead. She questioned the point of finding a replacement to torture her, saying she couldn't continue like this and didn't want to do it. Later, Ji came to them saying to Mun, "Stop rambling," and informed her that Naze was not just a human but also a brand, unique to many companies, and that they had to keep Naze alive forever, no matter what. Mun replied to Ji, "What about me? I'm tired of playing his girlfriend for 3 years." Ji said that's what the fans wanted, and that they wanted them to be a couple. Mun asked, "Why is it getting worse?" Ji explained that it was all acting, and there was no difference between playing lovers and being married. She reminded them both that they had signed a special contract. Ling said he agreed to the terms of his contract, but Mun, angry, replied that she didn't want that and wanted to end her contract. Ling warned that if Mun canceled her contract, it might lead to the discovery of his true identity. Ji said she was leaving, and they should take some time to think about it, locking all the floors until they agreed to marry each other. Ling approached Mun and asked, "Can you really teleport?" Mun, angry, said she didn't want to talk about it because it irritated her, but then she calmed down and began destroying all the statues she had with Naze. Afterward, she made some food and complained that she had locked everything away from them and that she had also stopped their food orders. Ling approached Mon and asked when she contracted with Treeman. She told him she wouldn't tell him and took a piece of the food from the plate he was holding and asked if that bothered him. Ling said no, not at all. Mon threw the food at Nice's statue and asked him if that bothered him too. She said she hated that statue and asked him to throw food at the statue too. Ling hesitated for a moment but did it and threw the food. After that, he washed his hands from the food. Mon approached Ling and said, "You don't resemble him at all in his behavior." Ling told her that made his obsessive-compulsive disorder worse lately. After that, Mon threw food at Ling and told him he didn't have to play anyone else's role. Ling replied that if she accepted his behavior, he threw food at her too, and they began to play and joke around together. After that, they moved on to sleep, and Mon asked Ling why he hadn't told her his name. He replied that he wouldn't tell her until she told him about her instantaneous travel ability. Mon approached him through instantaneous travel and told him she did that for the fans, and they wanted her to always be with Nice. She said she was tired of being just a substitute for Nice, and that she only felt like an addition to him. Ling asked Mon if she had ever loved Nice before. She told him she had contracted with Treeman since the day she sold a travel blog, explaining that it was just a job for her. After that, she asked him what his name was, and he told her it was Ling. Mon replied, "Your name is better than any other name I've ever heard," and disappeared from before him. A month later, their connection, games, and the internet were all cut off, which made him angry. Mon approached Nice's statue and threw a rope on it, nearly choking herself, but Ling came close to her and told her not to do that. He reminding her that she had attempted many times, but no one had spoken to her. Mon got angry, went down, and sat alone. After that, Ling used the rope to create a toy for her. When he left to get a pillow, Mon used the toy and asked her if she felt better now. She told him she didn't know he had so many ideas. He told her he worked as a programmer, and that the impossible was always possible for him. Mon replied that who was denying her work. He told her G, of course. He informed her that he worked on all her promotional clips. Mon said that's why she answered all the questions in the program and thanked him. He told her not to thank him because she made him feel excited again. Later, G had an idea and came up to them, saying she had a suggestion to throw a wedding party and have an enemy show up to Nice to ruin the celebration. This way, it would be hard to marry Mon, and it would turn into a sad tragedy. G said it could be more exciting than a regular wedding. Mon asked, "So will I be free this way?" Ling told her he had taken her out of the marriage, but he couldn't make her free. G said she could be free if she died and told him he was right, and maybe being imperfect was more suitable than perfection itself. When the wedding is ruined and Mon dies, that would be painful news for Nice and his fans. She asked Ling if Mon could leave him. Ling replied that he didn't want that at all. We move on to the wedding, where the archenemy of Nice, the King of Destruction, came to them and said, "This wedding won't happen until I take my things from you." Ling asked, "What are your things?" The king replied, "You, Nice," and attacked him, aiming a blow, but Nice dodged it. They started attacking each other, but Mon came through instantaneous travel and said to the King of Destruction, "I know you're very jealous of Nice, but I won't let you kill him." The King of Destruction said to Ling, "This girl is very annoying," and told him, "Let's continue our conversation away from here." He took him to a distant place, but Mon cut them off. The King of Destruction then directed multiple blows toward Mon and Ling, but they dodged all the attacks. We then move on to Ji, who asked why he wasn't following the script. She asked the King of Destruction to follow the script and informed him that the company had spent a lot of money to make him Nice's archenemy for Nice, and they wouldn't work with him again if he didn't do what they asked. We switched to the King of Destruction taking Ling away, but Mon suddenly appeared and attacked him, knocking him away from Ling and causing him to fall to the ground. Mon told him to finish his job and then talk to him. The King of Destruction told her, "Let's move to another place to talk," and used the power of his sword, causing large stones to emerge from the ground. He then said to him, "You are not Nice. Where is Nice?" Mon appeared again and attacked the King of Destruction. She aimed a blow at him, but he blocked it and threw Mon to the ground. Mon commented that he played his role well, and the King of Destruction nearly killed Mon, but Ling told him to stop. The King of Destruction replied, "Then tell me where Nice is, or I'll kill her." Mon told him, "Kill me now." Ling told him that Nice was dead. After that, the King of Destruction felt deep sorrow, and then Mon approached Nice. However, the King of Destruction felt a strong rage and directed multiple blows toward Mon and Ling, but Ling picked Mon up and quickly escaped. After that, Ling gathered himself in a place and said, "This is my archenemy. I must take him down." Ji said to him through the drone that he couldn't fight a man like him and in his strength. He replied, "You're the one who told me the impossible is possible." After that, Ling attacked the King of Destruction. Ling dodged the king's punches and countered them while holding Mon close to help him fight. They both attacked the King of Destruction. He tried to hit them, but he couldn't. With Mon's help, Ling delivered a powerful blow to the King of Destruction. The king exclaimed, "You are not Nice because I know his punches." After that, the King of Destruction remembered his moments with Nice, saying he was his arch-enemy and that they were very close. They wanted to become heroes, but they received conflicting scripts. He had played the role of Nice's arch-enemy to help him gain more confidence, thinking that was his dream. However, he hadn't received any response from Nice for a long time because of G, and Nice had stopped replying to his calls and messages. He said, "But I learned today that my dream shattered a long time ago." He fell from the mountain, and Mon said to Nice, "I think I've been too busy fighting and defending you." Blood appeared from her body, and she also fell from the mountain. But Ling flew to her, picked her up, and said, "Don't worry, I'll help you." She told him, "No, you fool. This blood is fake, but thank you for everything, for tolerating my bad behavior, for creating games to cheer me up, and for all the days we spent together. They were the best of the past years." She told him she didn't know why, but she was sad to part from him. Ling cried a lot, but it was because she would leave him and wouldn't work with him again. We switched to Ji, who told her employees that she wants news of Mun's death to spread now on all platforms. She said, "This guy is amazing at acting. I never expected this from him," and cried. Then we moved to Nice's house, where Ling was watching Mun's funeral on screen, and the real Mun was next to him, getting her bag ready to leave and asking him to choose with her. Ling told her he had a surprise for her, and Mun used a gun, revealing a beach island. Ling told her she had the freedom to go wherever she wanted. Mun said, "I've finally freed myself from Nice's mistress." Ling told her it seemed she had a new goal now. She replied, "I don't know what I really want, but I know what I don't want." She asked him, "Did you find the goal you're striving for?" But he didn't respond. The news announced that Nice would officially aim for the top 10 positions in the hero rankings. Mun said to him, "Okay, I wish you good luck," and bid him farewell. Ling tried to catch up with her but couldn't. We switched to the host, Munir, reviewing the video of his interview with Ling. He noted that Nice's heart rate changed when he saw the CEO. Did he know him before? Then he placed a picture of Ling over a picture of Nice, saying, "Your trust value has plummeted to the ground because of that, and I have nothing to fight Nice with." After that, Munir heard a voice telling him that people's trust is really cheap. When he got closer to the fish tank, the octopus started talking to him from inside the tank. As Munir approached the tank, the octopus broke the tank's glass and turned into a bunch of little gears. They told him there is one thing people can't lie to themselves about, which is fear. Munir asked them, "Are you a group of light bringers?" They replied, "What do you think? Do you want to experience the power fear brings? And you will never have to be afraid of betrayal, and you won't want anything from anyone, and the liars will look at you in fear and dread. This will be your strength." Munir grabbed the device and told them, "You are no longer Munir, you are now the strong eye." Munir made some explosives at his place. After that, we cut to Nice's house. Ji came to Nice and asked him, "Are you listening?" Ling told her, "Of course I hear you." Ji asked Ling, "What did you hear?" Ling told her, "I said we got info on the location of the steadfast man's enemy." Ji asked Ling, "Why didn't you go to her since you missed her?" Ji told him that he had chosen his goal and needed to achieve it, or all his dreams would be lost in vain. She asked him, "Do you realize what you have to do?" Ling told her, "I must eliminate the steadfast man's arch enemy, the she-wolf." Ji told him no, and explained that he must surpass the steadfast man and become one of the top 10 heroes. She told him that the she-wolf is just the starting point for achieving their goal. After that, Ji had Ling watch a video. It was about a fireman who helped a child and saved her from death. Ji told Ling that this event caused a big stir, and through it, people's confidence in firefighters rose significantly. Even Mr. Shang gave up managing the Great Glory and contacted him, helping him become an invincible hero. After becoming a hero, he defeated the Electric Spirit's arch-enemy, the Magical Shadow. This is what made him one of the top 10 heroes. One day, the Magical Shadow launched an attack on the city center, injuring many civilians. The Electric Spirit was tracking him and trying to catch him. As the Magical Shadow was escaping, he crashed into the fireman, which led to the Magical Shadow being completely destroyed. The fireman wasn't affected at all. After reaching the top 10, he was assigned a new mission: move the biggest rock in the world. The association made a diamond statue of him and placed it at the entrance of Hero Street. The leader began speaking about him with great pride in press interviews, telling them this statue would be there to protect the country from any danger. They presented him with a red scarf, and this scarf became his symbol. Ling said, "We belong to the same agency. Isn't that really rude? And why doesn't the steadfast man hunt the she-wolf himself?" Ji told Ling, "There are many heroes, but the name X is for only one individual." She asked him not to feel guilty about this. Also, there's a reason why the she-wolf became a problem for the steadfast man. After that, transitioning to a location, Ji told Ling, "According to our information, this place is the she-wolf's lair." Ling told her, "I get it now. He can't pass through here, not even bend or crawl." Ji told him that the place inside is a huge maze extending under the entire city. She informed him that she had identified one entrance out of several, and it's likely that other heroes received this information and started moving. Ling said, "Why don't we wait for her to come out of this lair, then attack and arrest her?" Ji told him, "If she were just a reckless and destructive villain, would she deserve an archenemy?" She asked him, "Do you know what's scarier than violence?" He told her, "Magic?" She told him, "Imagination." She explained that she plants an idea in people's hearts, then nurtures it, and it will grow like a tree until it blooms into a tangible idea. She weaves a fairy tale that distorts the noble image of the steadfast man. The she-wolf does all this by herself, planting a seed of evil inside everyone's hearts. She prints her fantasy books in the underground lair. The big bad wolf from the fairy tale became her personification. The steadfast man hasn't had the chance to fight her since her first appearance because her target is the steadfast man's image in people's hearts. Ling moved to the she-wolf's lair. He thought to himself that the steadfast man represents the Hero Association, and tarnishing his image would affect the entire association. After that, he went into the sewers and saw a hero stuck in a sewer pipe. We cut to the steadfast man telling children that the world loves peace among peoples, and maintaining balance means bearing more responsibility and trust. He said this statue is a declaration on behalf of all children to protect the world and always remain steadfast. The children's teacher told the kids the trip was over and asked them to thank the steadfast man, but a little girl asked the steadfast man, "Why isn't there a red scarf on the statue statue. This made the steadfast man feel slightly annoyed. We cut to Ling after he rescued the other hero. The other hero thanked Ling. Ling told him he was sorry because he was focused on rescuing him but accidentally pulled his pants down. The other hero asked Ling, "Did you come here for the she-wolf?" Ling told him, "Of course. And you?" The other hero told him, "I'm an unknown hero. I guess there's no need for me now that you're here." He left, but then tried to trick him and attacked him. Ling dodged his blow and landed a hit on him, disabling the man again. We cut to Ji asking Ling, "Did you find the she-wolf's lair?" He told her, "I just arrived." They entered the she-wolf's place and started searching through her belongings, which surprised him. He asked Ji to find his location quickly. He said that many heroes suddenly received some information after she had been hiding for a long time. Ling saw a bomb. After Ji located him, the bomb exploded, causing a lot of destruction in the city. We cut to the steadfast man. He told the girl, there was also a little girl there, that she was the one who gave him this scarf. But the explosion reached them, destroying the place as well. The steadfast man told the children to get away quickly, but one of the children got trapped, and the statue was about to fall on her. The steadfast man saved her and prevented the statue from falling on her. After that, the steadfast man told the girl to run. When the little girl tried to run, the she-wolf appeared and grabbed her. She said to the steadfast man, "We finally meet." She told him she had prepared everything for this moment. The steadfast man told the she-wolf, "Let her go. I'm the one you want to destroy. The girl has nothing to do with this." The she-wolf said, "I want to destroy this statue because it represents heroes forever. I think you understand what I mean." She told him, "Don't wait for help from any heroes. They're really busy." She asked him to let go of the statue, or she would drop the girl. She asked him to make his choice. She told him, "To protect your ego, you'll let this child die." After that, the children asked the steadfast man to let go of the statue, but Ling suddenly appeared from underground. Everyone started cheering for Niece. The steadfast man asked Ling to save the child. Ling said, "She didn't kill the child, nor does she want to destroy the statue. She wants to destroy you, or more accurately, she wants to rid you of everything. Because this she-wolf is the girl you risked your life for in the fire. She's the one who gave you the red scarf." This shocked the steadfast man, and he remembered the little girl. He asked, "Why is this happening?" Ling said, "She doesn't hate you. She hates the burden you carry. And those stories that distort your image are all true stories in her heart after she was bullied a lot by her friends." After that, the girl removed her mask and said, "Give me back the fireman." But the steadfast man cried and apologized to her. He remembered when he saved the little girl again and told her, "You're the one who gave me confidence, strength, and courage too." After that, the steadfast man's weapons that were helping him hold the statue broke, and the statue almost fell on him. But Ling went to him to help, and the she-wolf went too, but the statue fell on all of them. After that, Ling lifted the statue by himself. He was encouraged by the children and adults. Ji started a live broadcast of him. Ling succeeded in lifting the statue alone. Ji said, "It's a miracle. You surpassed the steadfast man's confidence. You're in the top 10 of the association." Ling said he truly realized the weight of this statue. After that, Ling moved into the steadfast man's home after it was announced that the steadfast man was finished. He met the steadfast man. The steadfast man said to Ling, "I thought you'd come the day after tomorrow because I was going to leave tomorrow." Ling told him, "I'm not trying to kick you out." The steadfast man, laughing, told him he was kidding. "I know your ranking went up, but your actions have become slower." Ling told him, "I think this is the first time I've seen you smile and look happy." The steadfast man told him, "This is all because of you." Ling asked the steadfast man, "What are your plans after retiring from being a hero?" The steadfast man told him, "First thing is to relax for half a month." Ling said, "So the steadfast man's wish was to relax?" The steadfast man said, "Everyone's wish was for me to stay standing, but I faced many embarrassing situations. I told myself this is all the price because I'm a hero. I know I was really foolish." Ling said, "I have similar problems with reality too, like obsessive-compulsive disorder that drives me to perfectionism, and this increases my anxiety." The steadfast man said, "I shouldn't have talked about depressing topics." He told him that roles change with the times, and he must have moved to this floor only after thinking carefully and making the decision. Ling told him, "I'm really sorry." The steadfast man started to leave. Ling confessed to the steadfast man that he isn't nice. The steadfast man told him, "You were yourself. It doesn't matter who you are." Ling remembered Moon's words when she left. After that, a broadcast by Moonir, who kidnapped Moon, was shown. He said, "Since Nice became one of the top 10, I decided to reveal something about him." He told everyone that Moon is not dead yet, and that everything regarding Nice was planned and faked with extreme care. This made Ling very angry. Munir took Moon hostage. We move to Ling, who is trying to reach Moon, but he is confronted by Ji's guards. On the other side, Nice's fans are begging him not to go, saying it's a trap from his enemies. We move to Ji, who is on a call with her manager, apologizing for what happened. She tells him she had no idea where Moon went at all, and doesn't know how Munir found her. She tells him that Nice's fans will be supportive via social media. We move to Munir, who is watching Nice's fans' comments and starts laughing, saying this is normal. After that, Munir sends a message to them that he will kill Moon if Nice doesn't come to him within an hour from now. We move to Ling, and when he got close to the door to go save Moon, he couldn't continue and collapsed, unconscious. Ji tells the leader, "Don't worry, he can't get out now." She asks the leader about Moon. The leader tells her that he sent someone to deal with the situation. After that, we move to Nice's house. The guards carried Ling and threw him on the couch. Ji tells Ling that he can't get out of here no matter what he does, and asks him to calm down. She tells him that the fans don't want him to leave because they were waiting for him to reach the top 10. Ling asks Ji, "What about Moon then?" Ji tells him that she is already dead. Ling tells her, "You want to sacrifice her life for these fans?" Ji approaches Ling and tells him to understand this and tells him that he was nothing without them. They are the ones who created him and gave him his appearance and power to become nice and become a hero. She tells him not to worry and that Mr. Shand has sent someone to save Moon. After that, we move to Munir, and he is attacked from above by the Hero Crusher. Munir says that everyone sent the cleaner then, and tells Nice that he is very cowardly. We move to Ling, and he asks Ji, "Is this a cleaner specialist?" Ji says that he is a famous hero with an iron fist and explains to Ling that the Crusher's blows are very strong and that his punches don't cause physical damage, but erase memory. The Crusher managed to hit Munir with his punch, but Moon also fell to the ground, causing Ling to fear for her. He tells Ji to do something. Ji tells him that Munir and Moon are the only ones who know that you are Ling and not Nice, and we were able to erase their memory, then no one else will know that you are Ling. After going through several experiences in that period, perhaps her forgetting may not be a bad thing. We move to Munir and the Crusher directs a strong punch at Munir, but Munir dodges this punch and tells him that I have found your weakness. Munir tells the Crusher that the association consumed a lot of time to hide your flaws, to fake your personality with the intention of making money, but in the end, the truth will prevail. He broadcasts information about him from the past that may reduce his fans. We move to Ji, and she says, "How did Munir get this information?" She receives a call from Shand, who tells her to shut down this broadcast and tells her that time is short, and if this information spreads, the Crusher's power will drop to 0. After that, we move to Munir, who is presenting the Crusher's past on the live broadcast, and that he was very amateur and was not a hero at all, and tells him that this is not your truth, and shows him his reality and tells him, "This is you, just a mediocre boxer with modest talent and without your cheating methods and without your fake personality. You are just for show." After that, Munir directs a blow to him through his special eyes, causing the Crusher to fall to the ground and tells him that this is the truth. Once the fake mask of the heroes is torn, you will find that they are powerless in design. We move to Ji, who tells her guards that she no longer has time and they must hurry to change the broadcast, otherwise she will fire them. We move to Munir, and he sends a message to Nice that he is next, and tells him that he will show everyone his truth. After that, the live broadcast was changed to an announcement of Nice's power. Ling was the one who came up with the idea for this announcement. Ji asked, "Who came up with this ridiculous announcement?" After that, Ling moved again and tried to go to the elevator to go save Moon. But Ji said to him, "Don't try, your followers are preventing you from this." But Ling did not stop trying. But Ling succeeded in reaching the elevator, and Ji called out to him by the name of Nice. But Ling returned to his nature again and told her that he is not Nice. Ji asked the guards to stop him, but they did not catch up with him, and Ling closed the elevator and moved with the elevator. While he was in the elevator, he remembered his moments with Moon, and remembered her conversation with him as she was leaving. Ling said to himself, "I'm a fool. I didn't want to become nice in the first place, and I wanted to become a real hero." When Ling reached the bottom, he ran quickly from among the fans, which drew the attention of the fans, and they began to wonder, who is this? And he wears like Nice? And is he a lookalike? But Ling was speeding up to save Moon, who was the most important to him, and he saw nothing but her in his imagination. He remembered the steadfast man's words to him to stay true to himself, and went quickly to Munir. We moved to Munir. After he eliminated the Crusher, Ling appeared to him. Ling said, "The real personality has arrived now," and told him that he must now show people his truth, which made people wonder again, who is this? We moved to Ji, and she asks the guards to bring this boy back, but one of the guards made her watch a broadcast that Ling had reached Munir in the first place. Ji said, "The broadcast hasn't been cut off again?" The fans continued to ask the guards, and one of them said, "Isn't this the one who passed in front of us now?" We moved to Munir, who asks Ling to introduce himself. Ling looked at his hands fans and said that the real Nice is dead and introduced himself, and that he is a very ordinary person, which annoyed the fans, and all of this spread through social media, and the questions began to increase, which made G very angry. After that, we moved to Ling, who was introducing his work to them, and that he was working behind the scenes for advertising ideas and designs until the day came when he became Nice, and gained his trust, and inherited his value, and that he did a great effort until he became like Nice, and that he enjoyed the feeling of accomplishment is to be a hero even after someone warned him to remember his real self. I continued to cling to the belief that I was wrong, but I am giving up the identity of Nice now. He tried to ask Munir for Moon, but Munir told him to shut up and directed a blow that knocked him to the ground. Munir asked Ling, "Is this another trick from your agency? And if you are going to admit that you are fake, you must accept your punishment." Munir approached him with his special eyes, but Ling said, "Even if I don't become Nice and there is nothing left of his power, but for Moon's sake, I must defeat you." He attacked Munir and directed a punch at him, but Munir blocked his blow and knocked him to the ground. But Ling did not give up and directed several blows at Munir, but he could not hit Munir, and Munir directed blows at him and threw him to the ground. We moved to the fans, and they said, "If Nice is dead, then what is this man defending Moon for?" And I think he is the one who cried for Moon at the wedding. We moved to G, and she said that this boy is hopeless and that he ended my career and now he is ending his life. We moved to Ling, who tried to direct blows at Munir, but he could not do anything to him. Munir directed many blows at him, causing Ling to fall to the ground. Munir said, "The farce is over now, and everyone must see that creating these fakes from nothing is possible, whether they are fake or real, and there are no real heroes in this era, and those responsible for this are not the association or the hero agencies, but you, the viewers." After that, Ling attacked Munir again, but Munir stopped Ling's attack and tied him up. Munir said to him, "Have you become addicted to the role of the hero, without your fancy mask?" He told him, "Who will cheer for a clown like you?" Ling told him, "I don't want people's encouragement, and anyone can become a hero." Munir told him, "Look at your miserable state. Do you think you can resist after all?" Ling told him that the moment I felt that I wanted to be a hero was not when I became Nice, and it was not when I reached the top 10, but when I felt feelings towards someone and this person gave up everything to protect him. He directed a strong blow to Munir, and knocked Munir to the ground, and tied him up as well. After that, Munir tried to direct a blow at him, but Nice attacked Munir, and directed another blow at him, and directed a blow as well, and a malfunction occurred in Munir's eye system. Munir tried to escape, but Ling grabbed him. Munir tried to escape, but Ling did not allow him again, and Munir pushed Ling away from him by directing a blow to him from one of the eyes. Munir then attacked Ling, and directed several blows at him, and told him that he had defeated many heroes. How could he not defeat an ordinary person like him? We moved to the fans, and they are asking about Ling's name. We moved to Munir again, who is continuing to direct blows at Ling. Munir told him that I will tear you apart, and we will see which of us deserves to become a hero, and I will show this to everyone. But Ling affected the fans, and they encouraged him, which led to Ling's ability to direct a blow to Munir, which led to pushing him away. After the fans encouraged Ling, he attacked Munir again and directed strong blows at him, which led to the complete destruction of the place, and Ling's fame began on social media, and many people requested to contract with him. Ling directed a blow to Munir, which led to his elimination. Munir asked how he became so strong suddenly, which made the fans feel happy, and said that he is ready to sacrifice for Moon, and that he is the person who was at the wedding. We moved to G, who tells Shando that Ling's trust value has risen to the level of the previous. Neeson told him that all eyes are on Ling now, and no one remembers what happened. After that, we moved to Ling, and he went to Moon to check on her, and told her that I am sorry for my delay. When he removed the eye from her mouth, it turned into a doll, and it was not Moon at all. He said to Munir, "You deceived me with a doll," and asked him about Moon's location. Munir said to him, "How can I know?" and tell him that all of this is to lure him into telling the truth. Ling said to Munir, "You are against forgery, yet you used it." After that, Munir was arrested, and Nice's ads turned to Ling in the city. After that, we moved to Moon, who was alone and threw her instant teleportation device into the sea, thinking she would stay here for life. But Ling suddenly appeared to her, and Moon ran from him. Ling said to her, "You forgot this," and quickly left, asking her, "Are you enjoying your time?" She said to him, "I don't want to spend such a long vacation again." Suddenly, Moon received a strong blow to her head, which led to her death. Then we move on to a new event, where a kind family was killed by some villains in front of their child. The gang members approached the child and were about to dispose of him when a new superhero, known as the Spirit of Electricity, arrived just in time and took care of the gang members. After that, the Spirit of Electricity approached the child and asked for his name. The child replied that his name was Yang Shang. 16 years later, Yang was seen riding his bike on the way to his university, telling someone that he was very busy today and that it had to do with his girlfriend, Chia, at the university. He mentioned that he got 2 tickets for her favorite singer and that he had been saving money to buy these tickets so they could be alone together, giving him the chance to give them to her. He told the friend he would talk to him later and switched to Chia, who thanked him for helping her with the paperwork today but reminded him not to forget to hand it to the teacher later. She asked him why the form was empty. Yang told her he found a job but hadn't had time to fill it out. Chia asked Yang what kind of job it was. Yang hesitated, wanting to tell her that he had brought her 2 tickets to attend the singer's concert together, but their friend came to them and handed a filled-out form to Chia, saying he had put in all of his experiences and the companies he would be working for. Then Chia asked Yang what he wanted to tell her. He said he remembered he had an extra job and needed to go. Chia replied that he was working even on weekends. Yang said they were paying him a generous wage. We move on to Yang's job, which involved pretending to be a superhero. Uncle Rock told him they agreed not to expect any money and mentioned that MA Company would send someone to attend the show that night. If he succeeded in that show and impressed them, he might be able to stand next to the Spirit of Electricity at the next annual event. After that, Yang entered the show dressed in the superhero outfit of the Spirit of Electricity, with another man pretending to be a villain. The Spirit of Electricity defeated the villain, and the representative from MA Company was watching the show and was impressed. The kids also enjoyed watching the performance, and after the show, Uncle Rock asked the kids if the show was good. They all said it was very good, but only one child said the show was very bad. The complaining child said this performance had been shown more than once, and there was nothing new. The Spirit of Electricity always wins, and you do the same thing every time, just like the news. This convinced the MA Company representative, who said he didn't want this show and demanded his money back. Yang tried to speak but couldn't do anything. After the show ended, some kids took photos with Yang, thinking he was the Spirit of Electricity. Then the complaining child took a picture of Yang and asked him why he acted like that. Yang replied, "Isn't this the interactive event of the Spirit of Electricity?" The kid told him he thought Yang's performance was not impressive. The child said he felt it was neither fresh nor original and showed him actors like him online who perform well, choosing new and varied movements for the Spirit of Electricity. The child asked why he was trying to be like them while wearing this shabby costume, suggesting he should stick to his classic performance. At that moment, the child's sister arrived, calling for him, and Yang realized that the child's sister was Chia. Chia approached Yang, who was in costume, and told him that her brother liked him a lot because he played the Spirit of Electricity. She asked if they could meet tomorrow if he had time. Yang then went to Uncle Rock in his office, and Uncle Rock said it was his invitation for a date. However, Yang felt very anxious and told Uncle Rock that she didn't invite him but the one wearing the mask. Uncle Rock asked why he didn't tell her the truth and told him to be brave and confess. He urged him to invite her to this place tomorrow and admit the truth, saying that this place had a wonderful magic and great appeal. After that, 2 employees came in with Uncle Rock, and one said to Uncle Rock that he had delivered all the orders and asked for his monthly salary. Uncle Rock replied that he had received many complaints and that the man hadn't delivered any orders again. The man asked who would deliver the orders, and Rock pointed to Yang, telling them not to come tomorrow. They then handed Yang the orders, and the man asked if Yang thought he was a hero in that silly outfit. After that, Yang began delivering the orders and then returned home to maintain part of his superhero suit, but he was unsuccessful. He told himself that he hadn't gained a single point of confidence and that it was impossible to be super like the Spirit of Electricity, but he hoped to meet him someday. The next day, we move to Uncle Rock's restaurant, where he waits for Chia in the Spirit of Electricity outfit. Chia came to him and thanked him for agreeing to meet today, mentioning that her brother Yuzo told her he liked him a lot, which was why she wanted to ask him to help her brother who had no friends and felt completely lonely. She noted that she saw him talking well with Yang, so she wanted him to go out with him, and not to worry because she would pay him. Yang told her it wasn't necessary. Then Yang approached Yuzo and said to him that they needed to talk a lot today. Yuzo replied that it was an attempt from his sister and told Yang to reassure her. Yang told Yuzo that they would talk for only an hour because he had training in an hour. Yuzo asked Yang what that training was, and and he replied it was for the annual event of the Spirit of Electricity. Yuzo asked if he would participate in the annual concert for the Spirit of Electricity. Yang said he wanted to join but asked Yuzo not to ruin it again. Yuzo replied that it was something they could talk about, offering him some snacks. Then Yuzo checked out parts of Yang's superhero suit of the Spirit of Electricity and told him that it was glowing together. Yuzo said he still thought the previous one was better and told him that all of this was fake, making Yang angry, and he took parts of the suit from Yuzo. Yang asked if imitation in the best possible form wasn't what an actor did. Yuzo replied that he didn't think Yang had even tried to imitate before. Yang told Yuzo that he didn't have the powers of the Spirit of Electricity. Yuzo said he felt that Yang was just like him. Yang asked him what made him think that, and Yuzo responded that he sensed it. Yuzo said, "My feeling doesn't fail. For example, I feel you are in love with my sister." This surprised Yang a lot, and he tried to silence Yuzo so no one would hear. Yuzo then asked Yang why he had hidden under the mask when he first met her. Yang replied that it was better not to reveal that secret. Yuzo said to take him to see the Spirit of Electricity. Yang agreed, and Yuzo asked if Yang could also buy him bubble tea, and they headed out. We moved to Yang's home, where he is trying to upgrade his suit. Then we switched to the university, where Yang is also in the research room working on the suit. When Chia came to him, he quickly hid and appeared again after she left. We shift to Yang with Yuzo, who told him he believed that the costume he wore wasn't the most important thing. Yang responded that he knew that and emphasized that the most important things are courage and justice. They then started communicating with Chia about him being the Spirit of Electricity, and Yang told himself that after he succeeded in the Spirit of Electricity test, he would invite Chia to dinner. After that, we switched to the location for the Spirit of Electricity test, where there were many participants. A person responsible for the test approached Yang and introduced himself, telling him there was a jury panel consisting of 3 members: Mr. Liu Yang, the journalist, Miss Marina, and young Shang Xiao. They welcomed the 3 jury members. After they entered, Yang had previously ranked among the top 3, but was later eliminated and not chosen. When Yang exited with the contestants who lost, he saw Yuzo and Chia and almost went to them but saw Shang speaking to Chia, making Yang feel embarrassed, so he didn't go to them and exited quickly with the other participants. Yuzo tried to find him but couldn't. We shift to the delivery representative, who was working with Rock. While they were driving, their car broke down, and they went to check on it. The representative said it needed a new motor. After that, he received a phone call offering him a new job. He asked the caller what he would be delivering, to which the caller replied he would be delivering someone, shocking the representative. Next, we returned to the university where Yang came out of the stairs and met Chia, who welcomed him. Afterward, he started to leave, but Chia informed him she wanted him to come to her favorite singer's concert, adding that she had 2 tickets for the event, and mentioned that Shang had a lot of tickets, giving her 2. She asked if he wanted to go with her or not. He told her he would refrain from attending since he didn't listen to that singer. After he left and sat by himself, Yuzo came to him and asked where he had been, saying he had been looking for him for 2 days. Yang replied that there was no show today and told Yuzo to go back. Yuzo asked where he had gone after the contest that day. Yang said he had failed and felt embarrassed to meet him. Yuzo asked if he wasn't going to take a look at the annual event. Yang replied that there was no point in going since the Spirit of Electricity wouldn't see him amongst the crowd that would be there, stating all he did was to face him proudly. Yuzo said he thought Yang wanted to be a hero. Yang said that was impossible and asked Yuzo where he was going. Yuzo replied that Yang had broken his promise, so he didn't have to hide his secret anymore. As Yang moved behind Yuzo, the representative and his brother attacked them, beating Yang and also kidnapping Yuzo. They took off quickly in their car, and Yang chased them on his bike. The representative contacted the person in charge and informed him that the child was with them, asking where they wanted to take him. The representative's brother mentioned that someone was following them, and the representative remarked it was the silly-looking boy. Yang continued to pursue the stealing representative and nearly got into several accidents but managed to avoid them. However, he fell to the ground and couldn't catch up with the representative. After that, the representative's brother guided his sibling to the right path, but when they turned right, Yang came down from above and fell on the car, causing it to flip over and him to fall to the ground as well. Now we move to the annual event, where the Spirit of Electricity stepped up to give his speech. As he approached the podium, he told them that there were many spirits of electricity on this stage, and expressed his pride in their shared aspirations. People asked him why he had removed his mask for 34 years, and he tried hard to explain that it wasn't just a mask, it was a faith he didn't want to betray. Meanwhile, Yang was trying to save Yuzu, but the representative hit him from behind, causing him to fall. They delivered several heavy blows to him, causing him to bleed and damaging part of the spirit of electricity's suit. The representative grabbed Yang and asked if he wanted to be a hero, then slapped him, triggering Yang's memories of when he was bullied by a classmate for wanting to be like the spirit of electricity. He also recalled when his parents were killed and how he would sleep sadly in his bed. When he returned to the present, Yang tried to approach Yuzu, but the thieves prevented him. The representative's brother threw a punch at him, but Yang managed to grab his hands. He also caught the representative before he could reach the child and shocked them using the power of the suit, causing them to fall. There were also other people filming what was happening. The representative aimed a punch at Bang, but Bang blocked it. While the representative's brother tried to hit Yang, Yuzu shouted for him to get up, which triggered a power within Yang that increased his energy. He blocked the representative's brother's punch and remembered when he first saw Yang during the show. After that, the representative attacked Yang with a stick and swung at him, but the stick broke. He aimed another blow at Yang, but Yang caught him firmly and shocked him, throwing him onto his brother. Yang then attacked them, delivering a powerful blow that defeated them. After that, Yuzu approached Yang and hugged him, saying it was the best fight he had ever seen in his life. Then Yang and Yuzu moved to Chia, and Yuzu felt happy when he returned to his sister. He went up to her, and Chia asked Yuzu if he was hurt. He told her he was fine, and mentioned that the spirit of electricity had saved him. Chia asked the spirit of electricity if he was okay, and if he wanted to go to the hospital. Yang indicated that he didn't want anything. Chia then said to him to wait. She hadn't asked for his name yet. Ling stopped and removed his mask, almost telling her his name, but Shang arrived and called out to Chia, coming closer to her. Yang started to leave, but Shang called out to him, telling him he came for him, and spoke his name in front of Chia, surprising both Chia and Yuzu. Yang turned towards them. After discovering that the hero who saved Yuzu was Yang, they examined Yuzu at the hospital. He was fine, but there were some signs of hits on Yang's face. They wanted to examine him too, but he refused. Later, Shang came to them and offered them some drinks, but Yang couldn't hold the drinks properly due to his strength, which made him feel tired again. They told him all of this was due to the power he displayed when fighting the villains. A video of him had been captured on a phone and shared, leading Yang to gain many fans. Then Yang felt extremely tired, and his heart raced as if electricity was being released from him. Next, we moved to Yang's home, where he was messaging Chia. Chia discovered that Yang was the one who had been messaging her as the electric spirit, which made Yang feel embarrassed since Chia uncovered his secret. They had talked about many personal things, and Yang tried to speak to her again, but he couldn't focus. Then Chia started reaching out to him, telling him she had known he was the electric spirit for a while, and that she had attended all Yuzu's theater shows to get to know him better both in college and at work. Then they moved to Uncle Rock's shop, where Yang ordered some drinks and sweets. Chia was waiting for him since they had a date. A kid came up to Yang wanting to shake his hand because he played the role of the electric spirit. However, when Yang touched the child, some of his electric power shocked the kid, awakening his awareness that Yang possessed the power of the electric spirit. The child called all his friends to shake hands with Yang, and Uncle Rock took advantage of the situation for them to meet Yang. Eventually, Yang shook hands with the kids, which filled them with great happiness. After their handshake session, Rock joined Yang and told him he hadn't been coming here because he was very busy. He advised him to hire someone to manage his time, although it would be costly for Yang. Rock then suggested a reliable person for Yang, which was Shang, who had been very interested in Yang since the beginning of his fame. Then Rock left them alone, saying he was going to take a rest and informed them there was enough food and drink for them if they needed it. Next, we transitioned to the real electric spirit, who was working out and was informed by his businessman about the upcoming conferences and interviews he had, emphasizing that he needed to be focused. After the electric spirit put on his suit, he learned Yang's popularity was increasing and he might need to issue a statement to protect his rights. Initially, the lawyers had filed a lawsuit, but it was pending the electric spirit's signature. The electric spirit was furious upon hearing this, and said everyone knew who the real electric spirit was. Then we returned to Yang and Shang, where they were at the Tia factory. Shang was trying to help Yang fix his suit and how to generate the electric current from it, but they failed. Shang managed to reassure Yang because he was scared that what he was doing was impersonating the electric spirit. However, Shang believed everyone had the right to be heroes, since they helped do good and protect the state from danger, and he had a lot of faith in Yang. Then they moved to a mission at a bank where Yang approached the thieves using his speed. He struck several blows at the thieves and narrowly dodged a bullet aimed at him. He managed to electrify the thieves and get the money back to its place. He was almost run over by the thieves' car but delivered a powerful blow to the car, pushing it away from him. They shared the news about what had happened on social media, leading to a massive increase in Yang's fan base. Next, we moved to the businessman of the real electric spirit, who was reaching out to everyone, claiming Yang was fake. However, he was surprised to find that the contracted companies began to cancel their agreements due to the emergence of a new hero like Yang. Then we go to a conference about the electric spirit's new release, and they announced it would be on sale, but people stopped buying it and turned to Yang as the new hero. While Yang was increasing his popularity among kids and adults at the same time, the electric spirit Spirit was announcing the new release when he was bombarded with questions from journalists about this new hero named Yang and whether he would leave the spotlight since Yang had become the street's hero and would also step down from his position. This led to a significant drop in the Electric Spirit's sales and a massive increase in Yang's following. Next, we find Yang on a date with Chia, who was happy about what had happened due to Yang's rising fame. After that, Chia told him that Shang had confessed his love for her, which made Yang feel jealous, though she hadn't agreed to anything yet. They proceeded to Shang's place because he had a surprise for them, and while they were on the way, Chia learned that Yang loved her favorite singer but had kept it hidden from her. Yang was shocked because he had forgotten the concert tickets at home and hadn't packed them in his bag. They arrived at Shang's place where he told them about the surprise. He was building a new lab instead of using the school lab. He had funded it through his father to acquire more professional equipment for Yang and had bought some heavy machinery, renting the space for Yang. All of this was for participating in the Hero Committee qualifiers, helping them significantly in this championship. Yang could not believe he had reached this level. He felt it was a beautiful dream. Then, Yang stepped away to be alone, and Chia approached him. He told her he was alone because he thought he could help with Shang's research. Chia asked Yang to face whatever happened to him in the future with courage and honesty, and he promised her that. Shortly afterward, a group of police officers arrived and arrested him for allegedly collaborating with the kidnappers who had taken Yuzu. Yang tried to deny it, but the thieves confessed against him, claiming he was involved in the crime and had instigated them, showing him some photos confirming he had dealt with those thieves before. Next, we transition to Shang, who was trying to find a solution to Yang's predicament. He observed many people posting about Yang on social media due to what Yang had done, but it shouldn't allow this to become one-sided. We then return to Yang, who started to feel immense fear, only trusting himself, recalling himself as a child crying. A guard then came to him, saying someone wanted to see him. Yang walked into the interview room, where Chia was waiting for him along with the Electric Spirit's businessman. Yang was surprised to see Chia there to help him. While the Electric Spirit had sent an assistant to assist Yang in clearing his name, but he must first apologize to the Electric Spirit and immediately step down as a new hero. However, Chia refused numerous times, insisting they had not tried to steal this power. Yang had become the way he was due to people's love for him. However, the Electric Spirit's assistant had a different opinion, arguing that Yang became famous quickly because of the real Electric Spirit, gaining a lot of confidence in a short time. Still, Yang was known for treating kids patiently and fulfilling their requests. He had a lot of courage and justice, even when pretending to be the Electric Spirit, who had not done anything like that. However, if Yang did not comply, his path to jail would be easy. Luckily, Shang arrived just in time with strong evidence to prove Yang's innocence. He showed them a video of the thieves receiving instructions from someone other than Yang, proving the call was anonymous and not from Yang. After that, they were met by a man named Al-Munir, entrusted with investigating this case by Mr. Chand, known for his truth-seeking eyes. He informed them that tracing the call was challenging as it was encrypted, and no university student could do that. Regarding Yang, he initially lacked the money to do so. This accusation was baseless and essentially slander against Yang, revealing that behind all this was a true con artist. They then exited the prison, and Yang was released. All thanks to Shang's father's connections, who had brought in Al-Munir to reveal Yang's truth. When Yang walked out of the building, many people were cheering his name, calling out the Electric Spirit instead of Yang, which made him feel confident once again. Next, we moved to Rock's shop, where a customer was interested in buying from Rock. The customer watched the news about Yang in astonishment at how quickly a new hero had appeared without engaging in many battles, and wondered about the boy's abilities to reach this position. Rock remarked that times were changing, and one needed to get used to its new rules. Next, we find Yang and Chia arriving at their new headquarters due to Shang reaching out to them. While Shang was inside trying on part of the Electric Spirit's suit, Yang and Chia hesitated to approach him due to the heavy rain. They thought the rain wouldn't stop, so they started moving toward him. But when they got close, they saw a criminal knocking on the door for Shang. When Shang came out wearing part of Yang's Electric Spirit suit, the criminal mistook him for Yang and aimed a gun at him. When Yang saw this, he rushed to save him, but the criminal fired, resulting in Shang's death. We moved to the cemetery to say goodbye to Shang. Signs of sadness appeared on everyone's faces. Xia remembered what happened and cried a lot. Shang's father was reading the words Shang had written before his death to them. Then everyone left, and only Xia and Yang remained. Aang showed signs of intense anger for revenge, and went to Yang's father and apologized to him. But Shang's father was angry about Yang's presence here, and said he should go and find the killer if he truly felt remorse for Shang. When he does that, he will find him here in the same place to forgive him. However, Yang wanted help from Shang's father, the identity of the culprit. He knew it vaguely through the scar on his neck, and remembered the agent who tried to kidnap Yuzu, as he was the cause of this scar. Then we moved to Yang's headquarters, which Shang had prepared. When he lifted the door of the headquarters, they found Xia in front of him. He asked her why she came, but she brought him some drinks from Uncle Rock. Yang started working alone and didn't inform the committee's agents. There was a reason for that. The one who did this, Yang said, I assume he's in prison for kidnapping a small child, according to what Shang might have said. So I can't trust anyone anyone anymore, and asked him if she could also not be trusted. Yang avoided answering the question and apologized for causing them worry. Then Yang received a call from Almanir and later moved to a press conference. He was recalling Almanir's words to him that the two criminals were released and bore grudges against him, forcing themselves to target him. They had a clear motive for this new crime, even if they were caught again. This led to Yang's great anger, which resulted in breaking the statue of the spirit of electricity. Then he returned to the present and was asked what he would do next and whether he would continue as the spirit of electricity or not. But Yang's answer to all the questions was that after the spirit of electricity had lasted 34 years and he loved it deeply, he had imagined the spirit of electricity maintaining peace and justice in the world. But the truth is that balancing the scales with only one side is impossible, so he must leave the scales to others. Yang decided that on the 34th anniversary, he would challenge the former spirit of electricity. Then we moved to the spirit of electricity's headquarters, but he was not interested. However, his special deputy tried to convince him to do this, saying this opportunity was ideal and that all supporters wanted the spirit of electricity to settle his accounts with that boy once and for all. When he wins the fight, his value will be raised by 20%, and through that, he will be able to return to the top 10 ranks. He left because he did not become the spirit of electricity for the rank, but his deputy explained to him that the problem was not really with the rank but with social media, and that he was charged with Shang's murder, causing his support to drop by 5%. Then the deputy continued, insisting on the spirit of electricity accepting to fight Yang, saying he would become a person of the past if he did not respond to the fight. This could happen after a month or a day, but he would not return as the spirit of electricity soon. Then we moved to Yang's headquarters, where he continued training. Xia told Rock that Shang was the one who designed this device for Yang. When it is placed on those gloves, it generates reverse force with multiplied power. Yang was training with tremendous strength, destroying the device he was practicing on. But Rock believed that Yang would not be able to hit the spirit of electricity because he was very advanced and had great propulsion power. However, Yang insisted that he would hit him no matter what it cost. Then Xia approached Yang and asked him to take a rest, but Yang had another opinion. He needed to surpass the spirit of electricity in speed to be able to break his defenses. Then Rock suggested a new idea to make the spirit of electricity stop operating the defense system voluntarily if the spirit of electricity did not use his signature move, the lightning cutter. Yang might be able to expose his defenses, but Yang knew that the spirit of electricity did not use this move because it was a double-edged sword, and the spirit of electricity was aware of that. But since it was an amazing move, it also had a flaw, and since that fight, he hadn't used it again. Then he returned to training again, but Xia thought this was part of their plan to make him angry and exceed his limits to regain their morale, because she didn't want to lose another friend. Then Rock made a suggestion that might make Electric Spirit lower his guard and use the lightning cutter, but Yang had to trust his ability to hit him before Electric Spirit could hit him first. Yang was confident in his hit. Then Yang and Xia moved to the river, and Xia told him she remembered the first time she saw Yang, early in the school year. It was raining heavily then, and everyone was dressed up for the opening ceremony. He had arrived late, covered in mud. When she entered the classroom, the teacher asked him why this had happened, and he told her he liked gardening a little. Later, they discovered he had been saving a cat and had stumbled in the mud because of that. Who would have thought that clumsy student would play another hero on stage? Although their roles were different, Yang was still full of confidence, which came from knowing what he was doing and striving for. She asked him if this confidence still existed. She asked if he wanted to do this too. He said, of course. Then Xia asked if he remembered his promises to her. Yang naturally remembered those promises. If he ran away from this, all his supporters would have to accept crime and evil. Xia told him this was not running away, and ran ahead. Yang chased after her. Then we moved to the awaited day of the fight between Electric Spirit and Yang. They met each other. On the other side, the concert for Chia's favorite singer had started, and she was there but not enjoying it at all. Back to the fight. It began. Yang attacked Electric Spirit and struck him, but it didn't affect him. He struck again, but Electric Spirit managed to block all the blows. Then Electric Spirit pushed Yang back and launched several arrows that injured Yang. They attacked each other and exchanged blows, but Electric Spirit managed to restrain Yang and threw him to the ground. He struck some shocking blows to him, causing Yang to collide with the walls. Then Yang tried to deliver several strikes to Electric Spirit again, but Electric Spirit blocked them all. Electric Spirit then caught Yang once more and dealt him a strong blow. The special deputy told Electric Spirit to stop because this fight shouldn't continue, as everyone wanted him to use the lightning cutter. If he tried to avoid using it, it might affect his confidence. His situation could be unfavorable. Many talks appeared about Electric Spirit using the lightning cutter. Then we switched to Rock, who remembered when Yang told him Electric Spirit would use the lightning cutter and that he should seize the opportunity. Then back to the fight. Yang stood up again, feeling somewhat tired but still attacked Electric Spirit. Electric Spirit struck several blows, but Yang blocked them as he moved to attack him. Yang attacked Electric Spirit very fast, while Electric Spirit gathered his power to counter Yang's strike. But Yang succeeded in breaking Electric Spirit's barrier. After that, he managed to deliver several strikes to Electric Spirit and successfully hit him. Everyone began watching the fight and enjoyed it, their admiration growing more than before. Then we shift to the deputy, who told Electric Spirit he shouldn't just keep defending because the supporters favored Yang. Back to the fight again. Electric Spirit gathered his power, and on the other side, Yang gathered his power too. Yang attacked Electric Spirit at an incredible speed. While Electric Spirit struck a lightning cutter blow at Yang, Yang remembered he had to hit him and recalled the Shang incident when he couldn't save him. Then we moved to Chia, who was crying at the concert and remembered Shang's death too. Again, back to the fight. Electric Spirit and Yang launched a powerful strike at each other, causing a huge explosion. Then we go back to the past, when Rock told Yang the reason the seat was empty was because he did not possess magical power or anything. But the thing is, Judd's view is good and the lighting is excellent, and it's the best place to confess. Then Uncle Rock was originally the question about the Electric Spirit competition, and he was the one who excluded Yang from it. He was also the one who made the agreement with the thief delegate to kill Shang, and he was cautious about his brother until he finished the mission. Then after that, Rock got rid of the delegate and his brother as well. Then we returned to the battlefield, and the newspapers announced that only one Electric Spirit remained, and that the other had died. Then we moved to the other Electric Spirit, and Rock was in the elevator on his way to him after he had closed his own store since he had many customers. Then after that, Rock joined the new Electric Spirit. In this episode, a new hero's story began with a plane crash that fell in the forest. Then a group of journalists moved to the accident site to publish about it in their newspapers, but they were prevented by the site guards. Among these guards was one of the journalists disguised in their uniform, and he was Logan. When the guards disappeared, he revealed himself and showed his camera to take some pictures of the accident. While he was taking pictures, he heard crying sounds, then approached the sound and found a girl crying under the plane wreckage. Then we moved to an orphanage where the child was playing with children like her, but Logan was watching her from afar. Then his friend came to him and told him not to worry about her. Logan saw that his friend had become very confident after becoming the director of the orphanage, but he asked him not to bother him since he's a great journalist. But Logan felt he was being polite because they hadn't met for a long time. Then he asked him to leave this child with him because she had become an orphan and her whole family died in the plane accident. But the orphanage director was surprised that there were survivors in this accident and that she was one of the survivors. But Logan interrupted him and told him that when he found her, he smuggled her out, and he did this because there were several hidden scandals behind that disaster and he was afraid she would become the next victim. Then he remembered the past when he submitted the report to his manager at work, saying that the superheroes were behind the accident. But the manager got angry when Logan blamed the heroes. But Logan asked about why no hero came to help. And even if they didn't discover the truth, this doesn't mean people don't care about it. But his manager got angry at him again because people need proper guidance, and doubt will severely affect trust values. She asked him if he thought this would make the world worse or better. Then Logan remembered pictures of superheroes with people that were burned in the accident. Then he told his manager that these people trusted the superheroes too much and never imagined they abandoned them while facing death. But the manager insisted this was a normal accident and the heroes weren't to blame. Then she asked him to focus on another topic and bring her a report about it. She arranged things with the food and travel department for this and would transfer him there. But Logan refused and resigned immediately. Then Logan left the company after gathering his personal belongings. Then Logan saw one of the flyers under his feet about the plane accident. Then a man appeared who was distributing these flyers and throwing them on the ground, which led to security guards confronting him and grabbing him to stop what he was doing. Then Logan approached the flyer distributor and asked him about his purpose in distributing flyers about the accident. But the flyer distributor had information that this accident was caused by a human and wasn't a natural disaster, and the main reason was a conflict spiral between heroes. But Logan meant to ask about his saying they should accept fear. Then he moved with him to talk in another place. Then Logan returned to the present with the orphanage director. The orphanage director saw from Logan's appearance that things were more complicated, but the best decision Logan made was leaving the child with his friend at the orphanage. But the orphanage director thanked Logan for trusting him and said he was happy about this because helping orphan children was what made him establish this orphanage. Logan knew his friend was a real hero. The child was playing a guessing game with the children and their caretaker, and she always succeeded in correct guessing, which impressed impress their caretaker. Then Logan and his friend came to them, and the orphanage director thought the child had good luck, but Logan didn't know if this was luck or bad luck. Then the orphanage director asked Logan about the child's name, but he didn't know her name and named her Sion. Then later, while Sion was playing with the children, she chose a golden ribbon for one of the children. This child told the other children that Sion chose it for him, which led to the children attacking Sion to choose for them too. Then their caretaker shouted at the children to stay away from her. After that, she asked her to point to a place on the map where there was treasure, and she was doing this under the pretense of drawing and playing too. After that, the caretaker talked about this matter to one of her work colleagues, and that her husband had also become good in health. Then another caretaker at the orphanage asked Sion to choose a suitable young man for her after giving her candy with 3 pictures of different young men to choose from. After the other employees learned about this, they asked Sion to help them with their personal things because she had wide and great luck, which made Sion feel very afraid of this. Then later, a lady came to the orphanage and met Zhao, Sion's caretaker, and asked Sion to help heal her husband. She pleaded with her and brought money to Sion, but Zhao took the money from her and closed the orphanage door. She whispered to Sion that she was doing good deeds and shouldn't boast about them. But the orphanage director discovered Zhao's actions and said he was disappointed in her. But Zhao tried to defend herself and told him she was going to donate this money to the orphanage. But the director threw the money on the ground because he didn't want to use dirty money for the orphanage, even if he desperately needed it. Then the director approached Sion and told her not to do this again, and if any of them exploited her, she should tell him immediately. After that, we moved to the church where some statues in Sion's new form were being sold. People were very excited to get them from the church, and the director felt happy about making others happy. Then Sion moved to the orphanage, and the children her age showed her great respect, which made Sion wonder about this. Then she followed a sound and went to it, and saw a child listening to a news report about the hero's conflict. When she entered, the child asked her to sit next to him, and she started listening with him. Sion asked who was the speaker. The boy told her it was a girl who wanted to change the world. Then we moved to Logan, who was watching the girl on TV too. Then the girl he was watching on TV came to him from outside. Logan thought she did what she wanted and turned her graduation ceremony into a personal speech and became the center of everyone's attention. But she thinks this is normal because she wants to become an ex. But Logan warned the girl not to attract attention all the time, and she should remember this. Then he told her he settled things with Mickey, and she would contract with DOS when she turns 18. But the girl interrupted Logan and said, "Dad, I won't start at 18, and she wanted to be among the top 10 by then." Then later, the first-ranked heroes from the previous season appeared on the TV screen. Then we moved to Sion, and the child with her turned off the recorder and wondered why she was wearing these clothes. But this is what she should wear to sing blessings. Then the boy told her she's the one they call the lucky girl. Isn't that right? Then Sion was surprised by his presence and that she hadn't seen him before. She asked him if it was good here, but he was transferred from another orphanage. He whispered to her to tell her a secret between them, that he was transferred because he had a bad reputation, and he started laughing a lot. Then we moved to the director's office, where Zhao was objecting to accepting the new child because he was very unlucky, and she didn't know why the director agreed to him. She told him when he went somewhere, fires and closures happened to that place. But the director cut off Zhao's words, saying if he feared problems, he wouldn't want to run an orphanage. They had become hope in many people's hearts after years of hard work, and Zhao should always remember this. He asked her that every child should be treated with the same kindness they used to do good, and asked her to return to her duties. Then we moved to Sion and the new child who were playing, but Sion won, which made the child angry that he couldn't beat her. But Sion tried to suggest they try another game. But the child asked about Sion's great luck, but Sion didn't have an answer because she didn't know. Then the child asked to hold Sion's hand, and told her he heard that when the number on your wrist increases, your ability and power increase. Then he revealed her wrist, and was surprised by the large number there. He noticed her ability was very great and asked her how she acquired such a number, but she had this number since she was small. He also showed his wrist, but Sion was surprised that his number was double. But the boy thought it differed between boys and girls, and his number would increase when he grew up and he would become a hero then. The director had also told Sion this before, and admitted to her that she was like a hero in using good luck to give people hope. But she didn't understand why she had to do this, and she didn't want to become a hero. She wanted to have some friends to play with, wear clothes she liked, and be happy someday. Then she remembered what the director told her when he said her hair was too bright and she should wear white to calm people's hearts. and he trained her to sing too, which led to all the children at the home greeting her. Then she came back to the present and told him she wants to be totally natural. Then the boy grabbed Cyan and ran with her, and when they reached the bottom of the home, he gave her something to use to break her good luck curse, which surprised Cyan. Then Cyan went to the church where Zhao was waiting for her. Then they went inside and Cyan appeared on stage and started singing, saying she'd prepared a new song. While everyone was listening to her, the boy also appeared and played guitar, and Cyan revealed her new dress, which surprised everyone. Then the boy joined her on stage, and she started singing a new song and kept singing, and she was really happy. When they finished, everyone got angry, and the director also wanted to stop this farce immediately. When they almost caught them, the boy grabbed Cyan again and they ran away. She remembered when he did this with her before, and when he proved to her that her luck could be broken, and asked her after giving her a small ball to hit the red dot. When she did this, she failed to hit it and hit something else that caused water to fall on them. Then he told her that good luck isn't always perfect, which made her feel happy. When they got close to leaving the home and their friend was helping them, the director intervened with his power and locked the home, then approached them saying he won't let Cyan escape. Before Cyan and her friend ran away, they were in a boy's room where he showed her his guitar. Cyan knew this was the new guitar that the director had bought for him, and he got it for not causing any trouble at the house for a whole year. Then he played it, which created a strange light that synced with the music. Cyan was amazed by this light, and the boy thought it was just to enhance the atmosphere while playing. He then handed the guitar to Cyan to try it. When she played, he sang along, and when they finished, he asked her if his voice had improved a bit. But Cyan didn't think so he asked her to sing so he could hear her voice, but she refused and left because she wanted to practice for her upcoming concert. Cyan was also tired. The boy admired Cyan's voice a lot, but she was singing silly songs. Then, a voice from outside, Chen, told the boy to be quiet and stop making noise. But the boy told Chen that he was studying. Cyan noticed that Chen was overreacting, but she still considered her annoying. Then, the boy told Cyan that the director built this house because he wanted to raise heroes among them, as he believes that every child's abilities can develop from childhood. He was also a hero but didn't stay in the public's eye for long, so he puts his hopes on them, especially Cyan. But Cyan denied that she was a hero, and he asked her to be brave until she looked at her arms and found many numbers. Cyan then left, and the boy went with her to see her off. While they were going to the yard, they saw a big truck bringing supplies to the house. The boy and Cyan moved slowly and discreetly so no one would see them. Cyan whispered to the boy to return to his room so he wouldn't get caught, but the boy was confident that he wouldn't get caught. The driver, however, was extremely tired, but didn't complain because he was doing it for the sacred girl Cyan, believing he would be rewarded someday for it. But one worker had another opinion. Cyan wasn't actually sacred. She was just an ordinary girl, and the director wanted to raise her to be lucky and make her a hero. Then the boy looked at Cyan and saw her crying, so he took her hands and said, "Let's go." Just as they agreed to escape and were about to run away, the director intervened and stopped them. They then tried to escape in another direction, but the director showed his strength and grabbed Cyan with force, causing her severe pain. All of this because the director had high hopes for her and gave her a chance to do good for many people. While Cyan was in pain, the boy attacked the director and hit him, freeing Cyan from his grasp, which pushed her away from him. However, the director managed to grab the boy. The boy asked Cyan to flee quickly, so she grabbed the guitar and ran fast. But the director ordered the staff to catch her. They surrounded Cyan from all directions, but the boy urged her to always remember she was very lucky. Cyan didn't care how many staff members there were, and ran toward the exit door, which caused significant damage to the exit door as the big supply truck came through, leading to the workers falling. The driver lost control of the truck, and the director let the boy escape from in front of it. But the boy grabbed the director and told him to remember he was the unluckiest one here until they were hit by the truck, causing Cyan to feel very worried about him. Chen tried to grab Cyan, but Cyan ran away, and the boy lost consciousness, while the director was fine. People started murmuring about Cyan's escape, and then we switched to Cyan after she was alone and cried a lot because of her friend Lu. She told herself he would be okay. Then she took off her shoes, grabbed Lu's guitar, and began to play and sing Lu's favorite song. She remembered the first time she heard it from him, and asked him about it. He told her he wrote it, and it was called Lonely. He had this tune in his head for a long time, but Cyan thought she had heard it before and asked him if he had taken it from somewhere else. But Lu denied it because his writing was so unique that it touched Cyan's heart. Cyan thought that if arrogance were a superpower, then Lu's would be special, and he became the boastful man Lu. Then she returned to the present and continued singing. When she finished, a strange man passing by threw a coin at her. She thanked him, picked up the coin from the ground, and thought to herself to create self-sufficiency. She bought a winning lottery ticket but didn't win anything because her luck had killed many. Then she remembered the guitar and stood in the street, playing and singing, which caught the attention of passers-by who began dropping coins into her cup and encouraging her because of her lovely voice. She continued for days until she gathered a lot of money, allowing her to buy new shoes and food, and also new socks. She enjoyed it a lot, and her life improved. Everyone started taking pictures and videos of her after recognizing her as the sacred girl, leading to her clips being shared online, announcing that anyone who listened to her songs would become lucky. Then we shift to Lujin with her manager, who was very impressed with her and her voice. Lujin noticed that she was growing rapidly, and the manager asked to sign a contract with her, but Lujin was surprised that he wanted to sign her because she was a hero. Then we returned to Xian, who continued singing, but saw people gathering around her doing strange things because they knew she was the sacred girl. They asked her to make them lucky. She stopped singing, picked up a money box from the ground, and fled, moving down a hallway so no one could see her. But a girl appeared behind her, and Xian thought she was one of them. She asked her not to venerate her since she could no longer bring luck to any of them. The girl then asked Xian to check the value of her confidence on her wrist, and when Xian looked at her wrist, she found a significant increase in numbers, which surprised her. The girl handed Xian an ID card, introducing herself as Ken from the Dio's group, and that she had come to invite her to join them as a heroine, which left Xian astonished and reminded her of Lu's words that when he grew up, he would become a hero and increase his numbers. Xian agreed but had one condition: they help her find someone. Ken agreed and suggested they go to a neutral place to discuss it. We then shift to the orphanage, where Lu was locked up alone with his sound device. He started it and heard a program talking about Xian's rise as a great heroine due to her lovely voice and her ability to bring luck. This made Lu feel reassured and happy for her. Then the director approached him and nearly told him about Xian, but Lu had learned what happened to her from the news and told him to forget her for her own sake. He wanted to tell him something else, but moved closer and whispered, which made Lu very uncomfortable. Then we switched to Xian performing, singing in front of a cheering crowd. After she finished, she told her audience that today marked her return to the stage after a long absence, and her last performance had not been a pleasant experience. At that time, she had a very dear friend who had worked on her guitar and made her love music. Singing was something beautiful, and although he was no longer there, he left her three things: his guitar, a song he wrote, and the design to become a heroine. Then she sang Lu's special song, and we switched back to the orphanage where everyone there turned into monsters.